Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Downtown Davidson, North Carolina. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
We are the Downsized. We thought we'd hop out on this beautiful Saturday morning and run down to our local farmers market. So Davidson, North Carolina is about 10 miles from our home in Huntersville, North Carolina. It's also home of Davidson College.
Go Wildcats.
Go Wildcats.
They Wildcats? They are Wildcats.
I believe they
Just
are
like
the
on
Wildcats.
High School Musical.
Yeah, like on High School Musical. And every Saturday morning they do a nice farmer's market. So we thought we'd walk around, see what we could find.
Plus we have no groceries in our house, so we need food.
So it's always great this time of year. The fresher vegetables we can find is great. So protein, of course, is always a focus, but fresh fruits and vegetables, vitamins, minerals, fiber, all tasty good things.
Yeah. Let's go see what they got.
Okay.
Open? Yep.
Hello, everybody. We returned from the farmer's market, and we're back in our kitchen. We haven't done a haul in a good while, so we thought we'd do a farmer's market haul today. What is interesting about this time of year is there is so much fresh produce, fresh fruit, fresh vegetables floating around. Of course, on this channel, we talk about protein all the time. Why do we talk about protein?
Because you want to eat protein on GLP-1 journey for various and sundry reasons, which we will not go into here, because this is about vegetables.
But we don't talk about vegetables and produce that much, and people so often are like, well, what supplements are you taking, and what are you doing, and how are you saving off constipation, and all this thing? Well, it turns out the best way to get all of your vitamins, nutrients, your fiber, all of that, and have it taste great and honestly be low calorie most of the time is produce. So when the local farmer's market is open, we go up to the local farmer's market on Saturday morning. Most of those farmers live within about an hour of the farmer's market. So this is all very, very local produce. So let's kind of walk you through what we bought. I always like to talk to the farmers. They run it, they plant it, and I'll include some video in here where we've talked to one of the farmers about some of the stuff. So if you don't know what something is, ask. They'll be happy to tell you all about it, where the seeds came from. Ask them how they would prepare it, and they'll tell you. And go back and try it. If you don't like it, the worst thing that happened was a new food adventure. All right, so let's start with some of the most basic things and one of my very favorite things, carrots. I know you
These
think...
look like something Bugs Bunny would.
I know you think, well, I can get carrots at the local grocery store. Well, first of all, look at these. They're absolutely beautiful.
They're three different
They're
colors.
three different colors. So we've got a purple, a yellow, and a orange. You also have the carrot head. This can be used in salad. So rinse it off, trim it. It can absolutely be used in salad. Yep. So this is all completely editable. So when I cook these, literally what I'll do is just wash them. You don't even have to peel these. The skins are so thin. And I'll either put a little bit of olive oil and some salt and pepper on them, roast them in the oven. Maybe I'll roast them in the oven for a little while and pop them on a grill if I'm grilling something else, just to get a little char mark on them, and they'll be absolutely delicious. And we bought 2 whole buns. If you've only ever eaten grocery store carrots, these are mind-blowing. They taste sweet and beautiful, and the vitamins and the vitamin E in them are just amazing. And if you've only ever eaten baby carrots, there's no such thing as a baby carrot.
I can't even eat baby carrots.
Baby carrots are
anymore.
remnants of carrots that have been cut down to make it easy to process. This is a beautiful thing. I won't even, like I said, all I'll do is trim off the end, toss them in, wash them, toss them in some olive oil and salt and pepper, and roast them. Super, super easy. What do you have, Laraine?
Well, the first thing I bought is bread. So there's a great baker that comes to the farmer's market. And I've seen, they also come to my gym. So Wednesdays in the summertime, they camp out in front of my gym. So I've had their bread before. This is a sourdough loaf. And the ingredients are all-purpose flour, levain.
Mm-hmm. It's a levain flour. It's a better flour. It's got more protein in it.
Whole wheat flour, rye flour, and salt. and that's it. So if you have to eat it within 3 or 4 days because it has no preservatives, but just delicious. I use it for avocado toast or for sandwiches.
And the difference
Love
between
bread.
this and a commercially baked grocery store loaf is worlds. There's no sugar added to this. There's actually protein from the flours. This will digest more easily for all of you who are asking, well, isn't it easier to eat things in Europe because they have, well, this is the same kind of thing you're getting in Europe. This is a lot better product. So we don't ban anything. We still eat carbs. We still eat breads and pastas and all those things. We just minimize them. And then when we do eat them, we eat better versions of them. So the difference between this, that's all real ingredients made by a family in their home bakery, and that processed, ultra-processed Wonder Bread is night and day.
You're squishing my bread.
Squishing your bread. All right, up next, some lettuce. Just some gem lettuce. Beautiful stuff. I'll probably do some lettuce wraps. If you go back, there's a video of me making lettuce wraps from early on, but just
Nice
super fresh,
veggies.
green,
Mhm.
lots of good veggies. What do you have, Laraine? You have some fruit over there, right?
So it's strawberry season in North Carolina and the South. These are just beautiful. They're shiny. They're red. I've already eaten several. I guess this is it like a quart basket?
I think that's a gallon, but yeah.
Gallon? Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, and there's a lot of strawberry farms around us, like up in Mooresville, North Carolina, where you can go and pick your own. And we do that also, but this is they were putting them out as fast as
Yeah.
people were taking them.
There were supposed to be blackberries, and the blackberries were already gone. by the time we
Blackberries
got
were
there.
already sold out.
20 minutes in.
But these are just really beautiful red ripe strawberries, and it's a lot of strawberries. So I'll probably eat some. I'll probably freeze some because the problem with buying so much fruit at the farmer's market is we usually can't eat it all before it goes bad. So
Our girls are home and they love this stuff, so they'll,
yeah,
they'll
I'm
take
sure
help.
the girls will eat some of the strawberries. I also got that same kind of container, but with peaches. They didn't give me the container, but they just put everything in a bag. So these are beautiful North Carolina grown peaches. They're not quite ripe yet. Well, that one is. If you press on it and it yields a little bit. So for these, I'll just eat them as they are. I'll slice them up and put them in oatmeal. There might be a cobbler involved.
They do well grilled too. I mean, you could
Yeah.
just quarter them and put them on the grill and sear them off, and they would do very well grilled.
Yeah.
Little lemon juice on them.
But these two, I probably will need to freeze some because I don't think my girls like peaches that much. You don't eat peaches.
I'm not a huge peach fan,
So-
but I'll eat them grilled.
But if
mean,
I
leave them.
keep them in a basket on the counter, I'm more likely to grab these for a snack than anything
And
else.
the thing about fruit is people so often worry, and it's because of diet culture, right? Of there's too much sugar in this. I can't eat this.
you're
Nobody
not gonna
ever
eat
got
the
fat
whole-
eating a peach, and you will never get as good of vitamins as you do from this
Well,
peach.
one thing that used to crack me up about Weight Watchers is they always said fruits were 0 points per serving, and like a peach would be 1 serving. But people would get confused and say, "Oh, I can eat all the peaches I want. I can eat all the fruit I want." Well, when you have an excessive quantity of fruit at one time, it is calories, and they do add up. So, but one
The
peach
odds of getting
is-
fat from them are 0.
Well-
However, the odds of you eating too much and it upsetting your stomach, that's pretty high.
Yeah.
The acids will get you.
When our daughter was little, she loved watermelon, and she would eat too much watermelon frequently, and it would come out the other end.
It was
It'd
kind
be
of
terrifying
terrifying.
for us. What else?
Let's see what all you got. She picked up, there's a family there that does homemade tortillas as well. So these are De La Vega homemade tortillas, 6-inch white corn tortillas, made from heirloom corn. So the difference
Yeah.
being no
So the
GMO
corn's
corn. This is
from
old school
Mexico.
corn. Now, the nice thing about the heirloom corn is it has a good bit of protein in it. So each one of these has 3 grams of protein in it.
Yes, they get the corn and the flour. Is it masa? I don't know.
Mhm.
They get it from Mexico. They make it here. They had flour tortillas and corn tortillas. I got the corn because our daughter likes corn better, so I got the corn.
Yeah, so this, and you read the ingredients, it's literally water, non-organic, heirloom white corn, less than 2% of sea salt, organic lime powder, and distilled vinegar. That's it.
And it needs to
Right.
go in the refrigerator. Why don't you put them in the
Yeah.
refrigerator? Got this. This was one of the first things I picked up. This beautiful heirloom tomato. I'll slice this up, maybe put it on my toast with some avocado and maybe an egg on the top. Like, it's just the tomatoes from the grocery store just really can't compare to a homegrown tomato. They're just so much better.
These are Cherokee tomatoes. So these actually came from seeds from the Cherokee Indians that
That
had
lived around here.
reservations around here. So they lived around here. The interesting thing is you walk up to a fruit stand like this or a farm stand, and although this one looks pretty perfect, a lot of them are kind of ugly and misshapen. Honestly, typically the uglier they are, the better they are. Those perfect things we buy in the grocery store, those have been manipulated to the end of the earth to look pretty, not to taste great. These will taste great.
Yeah.
What else do you have?
We got a zucchini and a squash, which I'm not huge fans of zucchini and squash, but Christopher said, oh, we can slice those up and grill them and they'll be good. And I'm like, oh yeah, we have done that before and those are good.
It's grilling season right now, so I'll have to get a good bag of charcoal. Do that. We also got a couple of different things, and I'll cut in some of the video of us walking around. So
we had to ask what these were.
A kohlrabi. I knew what kohlrabi was, but I'll show you the video of them talking about this. And then garlic scapes. So garlic scapes, we'll let the farmer tell you all about them.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning. What's that? What is that?
Kohlrabi.
Huh?
Kohlrabi. I don't know what that is.
What is that?
What is that?
Garlic scapes.
Oh, very nice.
You're going to be able to give better description.
So they are the immature seed heads on hardneck varieties of garlic. And they're kind of a byproduct, but we have to trim them off. If not, if we don't cut them off, the little white parts, the immature seed head, we don't cut those off, the plant, it puts all the garlic, puts all the energy into making the seed head, not the bulb in the ground. So when I cut these off, I got about a month full hard.
So what do you do with them?
Kind of like a delicacy. We just chop them up into little pieces. I put them in scrambled eggs. Last night we made we
Smell them.
shredded it up.
Yeah.
And I like it better for making a slaw than I do cabbage, because kohlrabi, a raw vegetable, anyhow, you never want to go, because even if you boil it for an hour, it's still going to kind of texture to it.
Yeah.
So we chopped some of those up in it, and a bunch of those up in it, put in our coleslaw. And it's a mild garlic flavor. It's not strong like a clove would be.
Yeah.
But they're fantastic.
Oh.
And they're only in season for like 2 weeks a year.
Fascinating.
So if you're walking around a farmer's market and you don't know what something is, ask. They grew it. They know. They can tell you.
Yeah.
Let's get some of these.
Okay.
Oh, and I want some of the grits too.
Yeah. All right.
Right?
Did you want to get that too? I've never had that.
Yeah, grab some. That's kohlrabi. You can grab some.
I mean, I don't know what to do. You just chop it up and eat it?
Yeah.
I've never had that before. We'll try it.
Oh, so kohlrabi,
Yeah.
So my favorite way to eat it is to eat it raw. Whenever we were picking it here the other day, I was actually out in the field, took a pocket knife out there to shave it off. So as long as you take off the skin, it's got this really nice interior. And also, what my dad really likes is you can cut it off and you can use it as a base for slaw.
But basically, I said, what are these?
What is that?
Because they look kind of alien, right?
Like, what do we do with that?
Well, it turns out they're the tops of the garlic that grow, so you can cut them like a chive or an onion, and you can use them in omelets or salads or what have you.
He cut that off so that the garlic would develop and the leaves would stop. Gross. He had to cut the leaves off.
So I have had garlic scapes in food at restaurants before. I've never tried to use them myself, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I also got some little cucumbers, little baby cucumbers. I like cucumbers in salads and stuff. We've got lettuce, we've got cucumber, we've got tomatoes, got a lot of salad stuff here, so got some of those.
And then I got lots of green beans.
You got so many green beans.
I did because I so love green beans.
This is like, we can't, how are we going to eat all these green beans?
One bean at a time.
You're going to have to like freeze some.
Well, what I'll do is some of these I'll pick and steam them. and saute them in a little bit of olive oil and some lemon, and just like that, probably with a steak or something. Some of them I will do old school, and Southern old school means they cook a long time. So I'll put them in the crock pot with some onion, with some seasoning. My grandma would have put a ham hock in there. I don't have a ham hock, maybe a little bit of chicken stock, and just let them slow cook, and they get soft. And it's a very different experience that's fallen out of favor, but it's a delicious, delicious bean. So I'll probably do it both ways.
Really good.
But they taste like real food. You can taste the chlorophyll. You can taste the vitamins. It's very, very good. All right, what else do you have there?
Microgreens. So I hadn't had microgreens until last year. We went to a farmer's market and I got some, and I really liked them. And I put them on salads, on avocado toast.
And if you eat out much, if you've been to a nicer restaurant, a lot of times they'll garnish with microgreens.
And it's just, I mean, you're getting like such great vitamins.
Just little lettuce ones?
Yeah, these are lettuce ones. They had arugula ones. They had different kinds. She wasn't sampling them. She wasn't saying like, here, try this. And
I think that girl was about 15 years old.
Yeah.
She was doing the best she could.
But I knew the lettuce ones that I would like. Some of them get too spicy. And they had kale ones. I'm like, I don't know, kale ones. But again, with these, you have to like keep them in the refrigerator and make it a point to use them or they will go bad.
Yep. And then I got a bag of grits. So if you guys have watched, I've cooked grits before. There's cooking videos. These actually came from Coldwater Creek Farm. So these come from non-GMO, all artisanal, old school grain. So high protein corn, super, super flavorful. And I just like grits. Like I said, we don't ban anything. So we occasionally will do carbs of all sorts.
I made a really great like grits with the salmon, with the sun-dried tomatoes.
I think that might be the recipe that they can watch.
Oh, did we make that on? Did we make
I think so.
That was really good. And he'll do like shrimp and grits too. It's delicious.
So it's just a nice way. And as long as you're thinking of that sort of thing, and corn is still a vegetable, right? But it's certainly a carby vegetable, as an accompaniment, as a garnish, and not as the center of the plate. So we're always starting with protein, and then in this world, we'll have so many great vegetables to add on. A little bit of grits there, it's not going to hurt you, right?
Yeah, so we'll do some tacos, lettuce wraps, some salads, some toasts and things, fruit.
Yeah, have all kinds of good stuff. All right. Well, very good. So that's our haul from the Davidson Farmers Market today. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
If you have not liked and subscribed, please do. We're well on our way to 20,000 subscribers, and we'd love you to be a part of the journey. All right. See you next time.